I hated the song. Loved the hook.
But here's my number.
I hated the viralness of how everyone overplayed it, kind of, but it's just like
It's catchy as fuck.
It's catchy as shit.
it is.
And the production, like that the strings is just.
And they do that thing you like, the whole maybe, baby, just like this. Here's my number.
If she wanted to impress
call me maybe.
she should have. All right, welcome back, Redeemers. My name is Keith,
Nick.
I'm Curtis.
and today we have for you SHINee, Don't Call Me. But before we get into that, we gotta have a hard talk, people. We need you to subscribe to our channel, and we need you to understand that you need to subscribe to our channel because you've been here all day. You probably watched 10 videos by now. We can tell. It's in the algorithm, and now we're popping up on your algorithm religiously, and you're not subscribed to us. Just subscribe. That way you get the fresh content immediately when it drops. You don't have to hear about it secondhand. Yo, did you see what Redemption did? You'll already know. You'll be on top of it. Also, hit the bell, like the video, and also leave a comment as well.
Put us on replay.
You can put us on replay as well. Do that too.
Good evening.
Yes, sir.
It's always a good evening with Redemption.
I like that view.
Yeah, I walked right into it. Son of a bitch.
Don't call me.
He said, I won't, man.
You done?
That was my one of one.
Oh my god. Anyway,
Walked into that one too.
yeah, and we need to keep this moving.
They subscribe now.
Yeah, right. Or they're utterly appalled.
They're a criminal. That was a bad idea. I'm just trying to give you some advice. I'm gonna be wanted after this.
So for those that want to take their relationship a little further, you can also hop over to the Patreon and join up on there as well. There's many tiers. We have lives. We have Run BTS. We have
It does.
Rise of Bang Tang. We have In the Soup. We have help me out here.
Oh no! Just even with this, even with SHINee, we're gonna start having live performances. We're doing a guide. Keith definitely wants us to do more taming, so we definitely like doing more taming this month. So it's gonna be a fun time on the Patreon, man.
Awesome. So without any further ado, and hopefully any more puns, let's hop right into this.
Them puns really helping, man.
They do not.
They help you remember the songs, learn the members. They kind of. It's like almost an exercise game. It's like tricking yourself into remembering.
Is that
everything.
what you tell yourself?
Hey, listen, man. My study habits helped me in school.
The shoe fits.
Make it a rap song. You won't forget it.
Everyone in inner city, like, oh, okay.
Just like
Film noir.
catch me coming through the window. Chest out. Shit.
Oh, I could have said something. It's like,
Like Jack Sparrow.
I promise to tell the truth and nothing but the truth.
If you don't call me, check this out, y'all. Don't call me. I don't want you back. Don't call me. Don't call me.
I don't
You
think so.
say next time, and I'm saying you're
I think you
alive.
might have heard, but I don't know if we did.
That's
Kurt.
It's your calling. 고집스럽고지독하지. 그게 바로 너 스티커. 너 쉽게 포기 못해. 그 성질 버리지 못해.
Unless you did it while either me and Kurt was out.
I remember this.
You know you waste my time. 네가 봐 넌 죄악이야. When I hit your call, 끝났어 너의 love. Don't want me now. 사랑하면 보내줘. Don't want me now. 계속 말하잖아. Next time don't cross your life. 네 사랑 난 이제 아니야. 지워 날 잊어버릴 테니 난 널 원해.
like that part. That
Pick up all your trash. 진짜 늦었다니까. 널 믿지 않아.
Shorty was getting it at the corner.
Dark hair to blonde.
The little drum blonde.
Mr. Lawn, you waste my time.
I think again that's my They're killing it though. I love his voice, yo.
I guess don't call me. Shit.
Love that Dutch angle too.
Shit.
Sorry, the number you have called has been disconnected. You give us some love. I said I don't want it now. Say 답을 보내줘. 난 찾을 거야 love. 더 아름다운 지독했던 너와 나 잊을 수 있는 계속 말하잖아 next time 넌 항상 이별해 네 사랑 난 이제 아니야 지워 날 잊어버려 제발 난 널 몰라 so 내 전화하지 마.
Is this one of the first time one of the K groups aren't like kind of simping? It's kind of more like flexing.
This is completely the opposite.
Yeah, it was some like, yo, lose my number. Don't call me. This shit over. Like
you crazy, you psychopath.
Because normally the R&B shit normally be like, baby, I need you in my life. Don't go nowhere.
Like, baby, it's been 3 minutes.
Singing in the rain.
Yeah,
Why haven't you called me?
Our love is like, wild flowers or
Or a rose.
yeah, like, you know what I mean? Normally it's literally kind of on that type time. So it's kind of interesting, just like the don't call me. Yeah, sorry talking in the at the beginning of the video. I wasn't sure if like we did this because I feel like I've seen this portion of the video before.
So you like, I know in a lot of some of the stuff that we've done, they've played this in the background. And like the "don't call me" aspect of it is very memorable. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So you might have heard it in maybe some of the content that we did. They might have just played it in the background or whatever. And heard it that way. But I don't remember doing a video. I mean, it very well could have. Shit, well, stranger things have happened, especially tonight.
Just a creep about to look.
I'm gonna check for y'all.
Okay. But with that being said, I did like this.
Replay, Good Evening, and View are the three that we have.
Okay.
At least on Patreon.
Yeah. I didn't see it on YouTube neither, so it's good. Yeah, with that being said, like my favorite part is definitely like the don't call me aspect. I feel like that's like super catchy. I love the bass line there. It has like a nice groove. It's funny that that synth and the bass and the drum kick are all kind of aligned. Mm-hmm. So it's kind of a little harder. It's kind of like boom, 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 boom. It's almost it's like a. I probably shouldn't mention this. It's like, whoop that trick, get him, whoop that.
No, it is. Like, all they need is a 16. That's all they need.
We hate that song. No, but it's kind of like giving that. But I like it. I like the feel. I like the aesthetic. SHINee is definitely becoming like more interesting to me. I'm not gonna lie. When I first did like my SM jump, obviously NCT stood out first, and then EXO like stood out. When we weren't reacting, and I had like found Taemin, because Taemin kind of was, Advice was like kind of my 4th or 5th song re-back in the K-pop.
Yeah, you still swear by Advice.
Yeah, I it's different. But when I seen, I'm just like, oh shit, he's in a group. I kind of want to know what his group sounds like, and I went and I listened to it. I wasn't initially hampering for them. I just remember kind of hearing it, and I was like, oh, this sounds solid, but it wasn't enough to kind of like do a deep dive.
Yeah.
I'm glad that once we got into like, you know, Replay, which is one of my favorite debuts now.
Wow, it was a debut. That's right.
Yeah, like one of my favorite debuts. Good Evening is always on repeat for me, because I'm gonna put that in my 90s, 80s K-pop playlist for sounds. And then View might be my favorite song from them. One on One might have a lot to say about that now. But I'm glad that the tracks we're all kind of, either that you putting us on or that we're kind of discovering, are tracks that's getting me more interested in the group.
Yeah, the funny part is like most of the SHINee stuff, the Tame and Deep Dive was probably maybe after we started, but a lot of the SHINee stuff was before we ever reacted. Because I think I was talking to you about, like, yo, I heard this group named SHINee. This was back when we were like split up from COVID. I'm like, yo, and then he was like, oh, some dude named Tame. Oh, remember the Vice John? I was like, oh yeah.
He was like, it's him. That's the guy.
So, that's it's him. It's him, I mean. But yeah, like definitely a fire John. I like the concept. It is almost kind of like Mike-ish, the way he kind of, all of them just kind of walk in and just have
It
this.
felt smooth criminalish.
Yeah, a little smooth criminalish plus bad. You know what I mean? Dancing in the subway.
You know what I'll say too about SHINee is that going into like EXO content, and I'm only like comparing just so y'all can kind of gauge where I'm going with this. Going into EXO content, like obviously like Kai is my bias there, and he kind of stands out like a lot. And at first we kind of thought, well, he's the visual and center, so it's kind of a reason for him to stand out. But like the group like carries. I'll say that with SM, regardless if someone is a visual or a center in the group and a fan favorite, the line distribution and just how they attack stuff, you kind of can see almost how every member stands out in particular groups and shit. Whether it's, I don't watch SHINee Jones, and it's not the Taman show. Let me phrase it like that. If you watch Super M stuff or other stuff or seen Taman outside of this, you almost would assume when he goes back to his group, it would be
he getting like 80% of the distribution.
It'd be like him. It'd be like Mike and the Jackson 5.
Right. Like, Taman, what line don't you want? So I know what I can sing.
Yeah,
But it's like, yeah.
It's almost the opposite. They do a fairly good job of kind of getting everybody involved. And
He'll play it back.
When we watch Replay in the earlier content,
Yeah,
they didn't know they had that gun over there. They kept the gun kind of in here like this, kind of flashed it, but like didn't really use it. But I like that. I like that these don't be situations where, regardless of how talented you might think one person is, it seems like SM pretty much believes in the whole roster. You know,
They trust the process.
if they're on a 15-man roster, the number 15 and number 1, respectfully, in like your lineup, the talent level ain't too far off. Let me put it like that. At least that's how I feel. Maybe I'm just talking. How you guys feel?
No, I feel the same. I like the song. Song's dope. Love the spotlighting of each individual guy in the group. I need to know. Y'all can't see who I'm talking about, but I love that dude's voice, yo.
I was gonna say that was a voice that grabbed me as well.
And it's his voice, but it's also his pronunciation of the words. It seems different. Almost like he might be like Australian Korean, because I know a lot of groups do that. And it also kind of changes the pronunciation of some of the words, depending. But either way,
I only really know Key.
oh, that's right, Key is in this group, isn't he?
That's him right there.
Very distinct voice.
Are y'all talking about Uni?
Might be him. Go up. Him.
Yeah, that's Key. If that's
Sure. Yeah, that's Key. That wasn't the guy though.
which guy? Don't call me.
Replay
it. Not Taman with the flower.
Yeah, the replay.
Replay it. Pause it on him. Yeah, because
That might be him.
he said Taman's the baby. Yeah, it's not. It's Minho. Yep. Yep.
Yeah, police line up like
That's so sad.
Yeah,
That was number 5.
Yeah, no, that's cool. He's the leader.
number
Oh,
5.
word?
Please step forward.
He's the leader.
That makes sense. Can you sing the first line of I Want It That Way?
He's about to have a birthday, December 14th, 1989. He's a Sag.
Oh, okay.
Sag.
One of your Sages.
Yeah, he's the leader and main vocalist.
That makes sense.
He definitely has a distinct voice for sure.
Yeah, it's like so clean. I don't know how to explain it. Not to
He
say that
admits
nobody
he
else
has a
is.
weak stamina. He said he's the member who commits the most mistakes during dance practices.
That could also be a reason why. Never mind. Maybe he was hurt. So
He plays the piano as well. Any other information?
it's almost like operatic.
It's like a strong would that be like a tenor? Like a
Yeah,
tenor
but
kind
it's
of
like,
voice?
but it's the pronunciation of his words too. It's
Yeah.
almost opera-esque, like the way he can like pull power and drag it. And,
projection.
yeah, and kind of almost
Yeah.
not stretch it this way, but almost stretch it this way.
Yeah, I see what you mean. There's even theater acting, how you project to the audience. It kind of is like it feels like a similar sort of thing. That's crazy though.
Let's see. Cause I was gonna say cause I'm like, when does Taman
Go in or come out.
cause he when does he come out? Cause he went in.
So probably maybe 2 years.
No,
they're old 2 years, right?
Nah, he been in for over a year. He went May of 2021.
So
He
maybe-
got to be coming out. Him and Beck had going a little bit when Beck went.
so probably May 2023.
I don't think it's a 2 full years.
Well, wait, and I'm not trying to turn this into anything, but didn't he have a stint where he had like really bad depression or something in the military? Like, I don't know if that was something that got pulled. But
They didn't pull him though. They just they
Okay,
moved
yeah,
him.
I didn't know if there was
they
like
didn't
any
pull him,
kind of.
They just moved him.
Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah,
And honestly,
'cause-
I have no idea of how they kind of run things over there as
damn,
far as
that's
like
crazy.
those sort of things. But
Because I'm no, I just was trying to gauge that because I was trying to see who all did everyone at EXO. I mean, everyone in SHINee has done their military training. And Taman is
Okay.
the last, obviously, because he was the mock man. But he's there now, so he should be back. I feel like in 6 months or something like that.
that'd be great. They might have some crazy stuff planned for them.
Well, that's why they want to do the Super M is supposed to be having they comeback because Beck and Taman both come back.
That's true.
And then I believe EXO is supposed to be having another major comeback as well. When
It must be hard
Beck
to
and
plan
them
around
come
like
back.
your group stuff and then the larger things of Super M.
Yeah, and I'm assuming at this point everything's so calculated that they probably know I would assume you would talk to your rookie and let them know what the plan is prior to anything, because it looks like SM definitely has a thing where a lot of the artists look like they go serve, and when you come back you get your first mini album or your first album or something. So I'm not sure if it's like, yo, it's a 10-year deal, go serve, come back, get your first joint,
The
we'll
climate
re-up your
changed
deal.
so much within the last 10 years too, as far
That's
as
true, too.
readjusting everything. I mean, the eyes that are on K-pop and alone especially.
Remember, SM was getting shitted on before for contract negotiations and how they handle certain things.
Yeah.
So now I'm assuming a lot is good because a lot of the obviously about to do the Japan stuff, and we haven't heard anything crazy about anything with the wavy stuff. So yeah.
I don't want to wait. Is SM from the same label, or SM from or is NCT from the same label?
Yes.
Now I don't know the correctness of this, but didn't Lo allude to something about someone in high position over there getting removed or something like that? Like
Yeah,
some
Lee
kinda-
Suman.
Okay, so I was saying as far as plans and company like negotiation, there might be some relevance to that.
Yeah, Lee
I'm
Suman
not
was the
exactly-
founder, and really he's the person who invented the idol system as far as like
Yeah.
trainees and
Okay.
stuff.
I wasn't sure on the exact name. But
Yeah, he had to step down due to a lot of shit going on, but he had a lot of things set up in SM to.
that's what I mean. I'm curious how, like, especially them being from Gen 2, how that would play into kind of the, especially coming back from military, Super M stuff, solo albums or mixtapes or whatever, when you come back. So
yeah, I'm not sure.
I imagine it
what's gonna be.
shuffles kind of
Yeah,
things a bit.
I'm not gonna be sure what's the logistics on like the shuffle over there or what's gonna go on. Some things may just be business as normal. I'm not sure if people want to leave because he left.
They could honestly just be like on some like sports things where it's like next man up mentality. Like you just kind of keep going doing your thing.
Yeah, because I'm pretty sure. Hey, I forget who got elected to be like the CEO over there. You can't. I'm not gonna say you can't. I would hope you don't fuck this up. Like they have too many good groups to just kind of like
honestly
fuck up.
just like how much K-pop has grown from Gen 2 to Gen 3, and make of that what you will. But all that to say that the business opportunities that would present for a group who's been, no pun intended, but just in like shining for so long. It's like when you have that kind of talent, it's an incredible opportunity to capitalize on something, and not for business purposes, but just showcasing the talent that you have. So.
And
Especially when a lot of these groups are self-sustaining.
I took the words out my mouth.
Yeah, absolutely.
I was about to say most of these groups should be self-sustained almost at this point, where all of them have writers, all of them have engineers, all of them already know like the rodeo. This ain't. You're walking into a situation where damn near half of the company then already enlisted and served already. So it's just.
Oh, is there 7 members?
With EXO?
Or SHINee?
I'm on fault with SHINee. 4. It was 5.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah, it was 5.
Yeah, it was
Now
5.
it's
But now it's 4.
Okay. I was saying because they had the 7 over the apostrophe of don't. So I was curious if that was like a reference to something, but it could be.
Might be the 7th mini
Might
album.
be an album or something. I mean,
No, for sure. But I know that was too distinct of a choice for me.
It might
to
be their 7th mini album. They've been out for a long time.
That's funny.
I mean, shoot, Taylor
Crazy
was,
too
what,
to be
14?
Gen 2. It's crazy too to be Gen 2 and they don't feel that old.
They don't look that old either.
Yeah, like this shit feels crazy. Look.
I mean, you saw how rare it was to even make it, through like a year or kind of a couple years.
Yeah, because they debut like in 08. Hey, how old is Onu?
Well, Taman's at least 30, and he debuted like in
He's
that
the
video
mock
we
man,
saw
right?
him when he was like 12 or something.
Yeah, oldest number, what is it, 89? Yeah, December 14th, 1989 would make him
33, 4?
Yeah, 34 in Korean years, 33 in regular years. So he'd have debuted when he was 19. Yeah, he'd have debuted when he was like 19.
And even that feels like you're still like really young.
Damn, that's crazy. I mean, you've been fucking doing music and shit for almost like 15 years.
Yeah.
Damn.
Goated.
Shit.
You
You almost been doing music almost half your life.
Pretty
Damn
much.
it.
especially Taman starting at 12 or 13 or whatever, and then
Choreo's still popping and modern.
yeah.
Aesthetically all still pleasing. Everybody's probably better. I think you age like wine.
It's the moisturizing system.
Iron sharpens iron too.
Yeah, it's that too. We killers. How you feel, Kurt?
Basically, I do like the vibe of the song, the energy of it, and it was definitely something that took me by surprise in the sense that, I'm not used to, I was much more used to the R&B kind of ballad side of what we've come to see of, some of the earlier gen kind of stuff, and particularly with SHINee, as far as what we've seen, from their discography so far. Granted, limited, but it just, knowing that they can play in that wheelhouse, it's interesting to see this be the most juxtaposed to what we had seen, I would say. And it was really interesting, and I just didn't know if that was like not to say it's a marketing thing or anything like that, but just it'd be more engaging to kind of have love songs for fans than to say like "Don't Call Me." I would think, as far as like general marketing. But nonetheless, it's like I appreciate the direction artistically, and I think they crushed it within that. Definitely the stylist and everything, the kind of grungy, kind of rebellious sort of aspect that they brought to the video and to the acting within the video, especially. I would say generally, like I like the vocals and everything, especially that latter falsetto towards the bridge, I believe. That was probably my favorite part of the actual song. But aside from that, I believe it was like the third verse or like right before the midpoint or so. I'm not exactly sure who had it, but basically they had a really great verse where they said, why is love always have to end in sadness, kind of, or anything like that? Like, why is this always like a destined thing? The end of this sad epic, almost like some fairy tale thing. Like this is just something that can't come to fruition. So, and I thought that added a lot of depth to the actual context of the "Don't Call Me," because it almost feels like it's like my walls are up to protect myself, as opposed to I'm just being a dick. It just nonetheless, but that's also the surprise factor for me of hearing this kind of newer direction to at least what I'm exposed to within their discography. So I did appreciate that side of it, where there was I don't want to say it made it more of a layered onion kind of situation, but it definitely made me kind of think about it a little bit deeper, I would say. But all in all, I appreciate the track for sure. I love that they can play in all these other wheelhouses, and I'm curious, where else they can branch out as we go along.
Yeah, then interesting. I want us to jump into another one. I just seen that Uni, like the leader, had a comeback for this year, like 6 months ago. So you want to jump into it?
Oh, you want to jump into Uni?
Yeah. Now we can stay in that wheelhouse. Like I want to hear his jump. We can jump back in the SHINee. We ain't doing nothing.
We can definitely do that.
Yeah, fuck it. Love y'all. We gonna holler at y'all. Peace.
Take care.